Well, hello, hello. Thank you guys for braving the 45-degree weather. Getting out to the cold tonight. How are you guys doing tonight? Good? Good, excellent. We're here to support some live local comedy. I will be your MC for the evening, JT Cage. We got a whole lineup of comedians for you. I'll start us off, guys. You guys, as you can tell just by looking at me, I wear glasses. I know, right? Shocking. Guys, I don't know about you, but I think wearing glasses is a lot like wearing pants. Take them off, somebody goes blind. Got them. You guys, I've traveled around the world when I was a kid. I've been around a block or two when I was a kid. When I was young, I used to live in South Korea for 2.5 years. And that was something else back then, man. That was something else. You can see I'm tall as shit, 6'5". I've always been the tall kid in school. It was nice growing up in elementary school, especially in Korea. It did have some of its low points. So I was actually kind of sad. I was too tall for McDonald's, guys. I could not play in any play pits, in the Korean play pits at McDonald's. I was a big ban, big canceled for McDonald's back then for my height. But there was a silver lining, people. Because I was so tall, they gotta have a way to stop bullies somehow, right? There's always mean little kids picking on the other kids, and I was the tallest one, so then they recruited me. 10 years old, I became the first 10-year-old Korean bouncer, everybody. And McDonald's was a good starting point. I made 5,001 that day, guys. I came home to my dad. I was like, "Yeah, I just made $5,000." He was like, "JT, that is not $5,000. $1,000 or 1,001 is $1, everybody." It was a good day to make $5. Mick Fiver, Mick Lincoln, Mick whatever the guy in the Korean $5 bill would be. I didn't research that part. You guys, I'll be real with you for a second. There's something that I haven't been completely honest with my friends and my family. There is a special someone in my life right now, and we've been kind of keeping it a little bit on the down low. Her name, well, let's just call her Pepper, guys. Let's call her Pepper. You see, the thing is, she's smart as fuck. I'm an idiot, okay? I'm dumb. Alright, she's doing, really well in medicine right now. And, the truth is, there's been somebody else recently. And, I know what you're thinking. I should do the smart thing. I should do the responsible thing. I should do the responsible thing. I should just be honest. But, I don't know if I can. I don't know if I can go through with it. I just don't know if I have the heart to tell her. I've been seeing a lot of Mr. Pibb recently. Tricked him. Alright. Yeah, I knew that was the reaction it would get. You guys a big fan of JFK in this crowd? You guys know JFK? That old rascal JFK? Guys, I bet you, what you probably didn't know is JFK actually had a lot in common with homeless people. All he needed was a roof. Yeah, coming after JFK tonight. Listen, JFK might have might have had some fancy car rides back in the day. He might have called shotgun. Somebody else called sniper, everybody. Somebody else called sniper. Shot him. That was my impression of Lee Harvey Oswald, guys. Alright. You guys, I am a bit of a dumbass. Maybe more than just a bit. I wasn't dropped on my head when I was a kid. No, I was never dropped on my head when I was a kid. But when I was a baby, actually, and my dad was also as tall as I am. He was 6'4". I'm 6'5". But when I was a baby, my dad was being the tall man that he was. One time he was carrying me, and he accidentally bumped my head on the ceiling. Guys, even that's a stoner life, people. Like even since day one, I'm high when I take a hit. Everybody, it happens. Guys, I'll do a couple more for y'all. Welcome. Thank you guys for coming out to the show, walking in on the JFK and blown away jokes. Right time. You guys, I've never been a super religious person, and I'll be honest with you. One thing I couldn't understand with religion is when Christians will wear the cross, the pendants around their neck. Because here's the thing, Jesus died on the cross. So why would he be wearing the symbol that played a role in killing your leader? Yes, but here's the thing. Like, it still killed their leader. Like, when JFK got killed, no one was wearing a necklace of the CIA. Conspiracies. You guys, I mess around with the piano every once in a while when I can. Fun fact, I dabble a little bit in the piano. There's a term, every good boy deserves fudge. And it's like, I practice what I preach, man. I eat fudge when I play piano, like all the time. I've gotten so good at piano, I've practiced on 7 different types of piano. Of course, part of the reason is because I got fudge on like the piano power keys on the other 6. But you know what? I'm making it work. Every good boy deserves fudge indeed. Everyone, I'll end on this note. Real quick, guys. Is anybody a big fan of demolition derbies in the building? Yeah, like good demo derby. Do you think demolition derbies are a creative outlet for drunk drivers? Yes, they are. They are. I mean, if you get into a car wreck at a demo derby, that's not even a car accident anymore, okay? That's an audition. That's what that is. Like, demo derbies, it's not fair, because they tell me that as a regular guy, as a regular average Joe, I can't just, participate in the demo derby like that. I need a special license. And that's a whole lot of bullshit, guys. I don't need a special license to crash my car. I just need 4 shots of Fireball. That's all. You guys think bird watching was invented by perverts who needed an alibi? Yeah, you got those binoculars, man, like a red-footed booby. I'm calling it bullshit, man. This is not bird watching. This is something, man. This is something not good. Everybody, please enjoy the rest of the comedy tonight. That has been my time as JT Cage. We're going to bring up some more comedians for y'all. On deck, we got Mr. Chris Starman coming up to the stage right now. Please make some noise. Quad City Pajama legend, James Draper, everybody. Give it up for JT Cage.
I did a show recently with a guy. He opened up and he said he was talking about being on the spectrum. And as you all probably assume, autism, autistic spectrum, which he was. But I thought to myself, most of us are on a spectrum. Most of us. We're all on like that piece of shit spectrum. Like most of us. There's like a handful of people that are truly decent. Most of us, we're kind of, at least in the middle there. At least I know I am. I'm somewhere in the middle. I'm kind of a piece of shit. Right? Like, I'm lazy. I drink too much. I smoke weed all the fucking time. I masturbate way too often. Okay? But I'm a nice guy. Okay? I don't steal from people. I'm not violent or anything. I'm a good friend. I volunteer once in a while. No, I am a good friend. I'm very loyal. And as a friend, I would okay? Someone that you just can't help but fucking hate, right? Someone who's like a wife beater, a Klansman, a pedophile, or they drive slow in the left lane all the fucking time. Right? You're a fucking piece of shit. You can't help it. I'm not on the good end of the spectrum, because there is a good end of the spectrum. That's the what a piece of shit. Now, the what a piece of shit is someone who has piece of shit qualities, but in some way you're a little envious, you kind of want to be them, you're jealous of them, right? Like Elon Musk. What a piece of shit. That fucking guy. Buying places, firing people all the time. And it's weird because, like, the higher you get with the what a piece of shit, the more you want to be like him. Another good example is Jeff Bezos, right? Spending billions of dollars to take joyrides in space with his buddies instead of feeding a country. What a piece of shit! That would be pretty cool. Speaking of piece of shit, when I was a little kid, I remember adults telling me, they would encourage me. They're like, when you grow up, you can be anything you want, even the President of the United States of America. Really? I remember even as a child thinking, really? That's the pinnacle of the careers? That's the best job you can get? And then I find out the only qualifications you need as a president is to be over 35 and from America. You need a degree to manage a fucking Quickstar. A country, just be old enough and from there, right? Oh, get some votes, get plenty of votes, and then we'll let you do it. Well, how do I do that? I don't know. Tell everyone the other guy eats a bunch of dog shit in the morning. I don't know. Whatever you want, I don't care. Okay, so you get the job. You're president now. And they're like, all right, check it out. Presidents, okay, they work in shifts, right? They work in 24-hour, 7-day-a-week, 4-year shifts, okay? And then, like, if you do okay at it and you're lucky, you might pick up another shift. But here's the cool thing. I know there's not a lot of training, but it's on-the-job learning, right? It's on-the-job learning. So if you do or say or sneeze wrong in any way, several million someones will know you or notify you immediately. Like as soon as you say or do something, even sneeze wrong, you'll learn on the job and figure it out. Oh, by the way, I should tell you this. Everything, and I mean everything that ever happens on planet Earth while you're there on this job for 4 years, that's your fault. Everything. Even the weather? Yes, even the fucking weather. That is your fault. If a child steals a Clark bar in fucking Bangladesh, that's on you, buddy, for the next 4 to 8 years. Oh, by the way, I should also tell you this, just a little FYI. I'm not saying it's going to happen. But you should know, at any given moment, your head might explode. I'm not saying it's going to happen. I mean, it hasn't happened in a while. And the last time, anyone should have. We haven't had it. It's like a long time, and it could be anywhere. You might be like in a theater, in a parade, getting in your car. It just could happen at any point in time. But don't worry. After those 4 or 8 years, you can retire, sort of. What do you mean, sort of? Well, you're still going to be making appointments, obligated speeches, still dealing with international problems, maybe having to write a book or 3. You're not having mimosas on a beach. You're not smoking weed on an island. You know what? From now on, the rest of your life, say goodbye to showing up to a party in a t-shirt. That's my time, you guys. Thank you very much.
James Draper, everybody. Talking about them old rascal presidents again, guys. You guys, I was watching a TV show one time, and they had something that reminded me right of KFC, guys. It was they had Kennedy fried chicken, like John F. Kennedy chicken. Like how do you do that? Like you you just shoot the chickens' heads off instead? Finger clicking good, everybody. All right. We're going to keep more President Joe. No, we're not. Well, at least I'm not. Well, that might be a lie, too. On deck, everybody, we got Chicken Bone. And coming up right now, please make some noise. Chris Starman, everybody.
One more time for Cousin Ed, everybody. That show is so good. Did you guys know that you don't have to be an expert in anything to start a conspiracy theory? You can just say shit. Like you can say things like, my guy won the presidency, or birds aren't real, or the earth is flat. Okay, the flat earth one got me for a minute, because I thought they said fat earth. And I assumed they'd have snacks at their meeting. So I went, and they had really good snacks at all their meetings, so I hung out for a while. I also started a conspiracy theory of my own. I no longer believe in countries that I've never been to. So right now I only believe in the countries of the United States, Mexico, and Canada. And I've never been to Canada, but I have friends that have, and they're too stupid to be crisis actors. You want to talk about China, Korea, and Japan? That's not real. That's just a plot made up by the Chinese. Thanks, man. If there's no China, there can't be Chinese. Anyway. I take a lot of calls at work, so I end up getting a lot of calls from telemarketers. I hate telemarketers, but I love fucking with them. And right now, my favorite telemarketers are the ones that want to give me small business loans or unsecured business financing. And the reason I like them so much is because they always put respect on my name. And they're always very curious about what I would spend the money on. They're like, Mr. Chris, if I could get you $250,000 in unsecured business financing, how would you invest that money into your business? I'm like, hey Frank, how about I don't invest the money in my business, but I hop in my Prius. Yes, I drive a Prius, the butt plug of automobiles. How about I hop in that Prius, I drive to Colorado, and I pick up some weed. Because the moment I hit that Iowa line, that shit doubles in value. And Franklin's like, no, Mr. Chris, I cannot help you start a drug business. Nobody wants to help the American businessman. I've gotten to the age now where my daughter started dating. My daughter brought her little boyfriend home over this weekend to meet us for the first time. And she was really nervous about introducing us. She was sure we were going to humiliate her because I'm a comedian and her mom has no filter. And this little boy has a mild case of Tourette's. And if he gets nervous, say meeting his girlfriend's parents, he has a little tick that he does, and he also fidgets with his hands. She thought for sure we were going to embarrass him. Well, he came over for pizza on Friday. We had a great time. Everything was going well. He's laughing and joking with us. Did not have hardly any ticks the entire night. So we decided to have a little bit of family game night. And we played categories. Great game. Playing categories, and the category comes up, things that you hate. And the letter is T. And my wife, with all the confidence in the world, stands up and goes, I hate ticks! I'm like, oh shit. The one thing you weren't supposed to say, and now little Timmy's over here ticking like a goddamn time bomb. Turns out I'm the asshole. She was talking about bugs. Anybody else out there completely overestimate their abilities to provide a quality blowjob, having no experience, but just having had a penis? Just, okay. I was watching porn the other day and I thought I could do a better job than that. I'm going to do a couple of hot takes real quick, but I ask that you let me do these hot takes and let me tell you my I thought about being one a while ago. And the reason, like, okay, what's gay marriage? It's just cool, two dudes hanging out, having a good time. I can do that part. I can even get behind the gay sex. You already know how I feel about blowjobs. The only thing I can't do is gay kissing. And it's not because it's two men kissing, it's just because I don't like facial hair touching. Like when my nose hair touches my lip hair, nope, I get off, okay. That's not really my stance, I just wanted to try that joke. It did not work at all. Basically, I'm not anti-gay, I'm just anti-face rubs. I do not think we need a black Ariel. And it's not because she's black, I just think we need to quit with the reboots. Disney always says when they advertise their movies that they're timeless classics. No, that's just 30 years before you put Will Smith in the fucking genie role. Alright, that went way worse than I wanted. Let JT come up and ruin it some more.
I mean, ruin it, I shall. I will. Take you up on that offer. Guys, starting with talk a little bit about facial hair. Yeah, I'm trying to work on my mustache. My mustache gets like, it sucks when you have like the long hair getting cheap. When you're trying to eat or brush your teeth and it's getting in your mouth when you do that stuff. So, you know, like with my mustache, I'm trying to make it so I'm not eating my mustache as much. And like now I'm putting like a little salt on it, trying to make the taste a little better. Put some hot sauce if I want to feel like a Mexican. Racism, yeah! I mean, racism, no! That's my last show, probably. Guys, we're gonna keep this comedy going. On deck, we got Ben Woodfield. But coming up right now, please make some noise. Tim Chickenbone, everybody.
Thank you, JT, for bringing me up on a racist joke. Way to go. Old white guy come up on a racist joke. Chris Starman was up here a moment ago. I love Chris. He's a great guy. I didn't get to catch any college football tonight, so it was nice to see the entire offensive lineman of Alabama show up tonight. The whole damn front line, Chris. This week's kind of a couple of anniversaries of mine. This weekend was the 17th anniversary of the last time that I had any kind of intimacy with my ex-wife. We got divorced 9 years ago, which means I went 8.5 years without touching her. And the main reason is there was a lot of other people there lining up, literally to get near her naked. It was like the line at the grocery store on Thanksgiving weekend. You know, all these people in line, so I just decided to start using the self-checkout for the last 8 years. But I did go through a divorce. If you ever went through a divorce, it's a major thing that happens in your life, and it stays fresh in your mind. There is a divorce going on right now in Bettendorf. He's a prominent doctor. He's filed for divorce. His name is Tse Wong, T-S-A Wong, and he is a proctologist. And if you guys over the age of 40, you know what that means. He and his wife both immigrated here from China about 7 years ago, and he filed for divorce because a year ago she just gave birth to their first child, a healthy Caucasian boy. And everybody knows two Wongs don't make a white. I'm a fucking idiot, I know. I asked my buddy Doug, my best friend to do comedy with, and I asked him, I said, is that joke racist? He says, no, it's not racist, it's just a play on words. I said, you sure? He goes, no, it wouldn't bother me if you said the same kind of joke about Mexicans. I go, yeah, but Doug, you're not really Mexican. He said, my name's Hernandez, dumbass. Yeah, but you're Irish, Mexican, you're not full-blooded Mexican. Doug and I are sitting there having beers and arguing whether or not Doug is really Mexican. And it's going on, he reaches in the pocket, pulls out one of those butterfly knives, sticks me right in the fucking butt. Jesus Christ, Doug! You really are a fucking Mexican. That is racist jokes. Learn to know the difference. the other anniversary is this month. When I was 20, I joined the Marine Corps. I served the Marine Corps for 4 years. That was like 12, 15 years ago, something like that. I was 20 years old. But I met a lot of guys in the Marine Corps, and I served with a lot of great guys. I was in infantry, so we had the old squad days, great big concrete room, 106 Marines living together, and it forced you to get along. It forced you to be friends, be buddies. And one of my best friends happened to be my squad leader, Kenny Thomas. Kenny Thomas was a black guy from South Carolina, and the best way to describe it is he had a male member that reached the kneecap, okay? And he would break that thing out and then spin it at you and then throw it back in his pants. And I looked at him and I said, Jesus Christ, Kenny, I mean, why? So he goes, well, I grew up poor, so God gave me this to play with my whole life. I said, well, that's not fucking fair, because I grew up poor and white. I ain't got shit to play with. This is bullshit. That's why someone got it. So Kenny, we had a new section sergeant in our unit, and our section sergeant was a redneck from Texas. Redneck, and he was new to the unit. Sergeant Hudgens and I were standing there, and Kenny Thomas, the other end of the squad bay, and Kenny Thomas breaks it out, and he goes, hey, redneck! And he's spinning it, looks like a goddamn helicopter blade spinning around, and he throws it back in his pants. I looked at Sergeant Hudgens, and Sergeant Hudgens looks, he goes, Jesus Christ, I wish I could do that. I said, well, buy him a couple fucking drinks, he might let you. Hey, this shit's fun! You made me scrub urinals and toilets for the next half hour, but I didn't care. I do got to tell you this is a true story about a buddy of mine, Robbie Honan. We were in the E Club. We were sitting there having beers, and there was a couple of big old Texans sitting there. A couple of big boys, like 6'4", big massive Marines. And they had cowboy hats and cowboy boots and cowboy attitudes, and they were sitting there drinking beer. And Robbie, after a couple of beers, just started running his mouth. And he was a little bitty guy like me, and he started running that. Hey, Tex! Steers and queers, I don't see no steers. We know who you are. Hey, Tex, how come they don't have sex education, driver's education at the same time in Texas? Too fucking hard on the horse. Hey, Tex! Just going on. Fucking big Texan comes walking over and grabs Robbie by the shirt. True story. Grabs Robbie by the shirt and he pulls back what looks like a canned ham as a fist. And he goes, I'm going to smash your face, you little faggot. I'm about to get my ass whooped because Robbie doesn't know how to control his alcohol. Robbie's about to get his ass whooped because of his mouth. And Robbie does the best misdirection I've ever seen. He reaches up and he grabs that Texan by the hand. He goes, I am a faggot. My asshole aches for your big throbbing cock. That dude lets go of Robbie, and him and his buddy walk out of the bar, and Robbie gets up and grabs their pitcher of beer, and we sit down and drink their fucking beer. That's fucking genius, ladies and gentlemen. Take that with you the rest of your life. That's my time, JT. Thank you.
Tim Chicken Bone, everybody. Give it up for him. We'll keep this show moving. We'll keep it moving. On deck, we got Doug Hernandez, but right now, please welcome Ben Woodfield, everybody. Take it away, Ben.
L6 votes for JT Cage, everybody. As you can see, we're back to our regularly scheduled fat programming. Wow. Okay. Thanks. That's boosted self-esteem. You know, the other day, one of my friends asked me what it's like to have a dad. I told him it's kind of like having a beer. It's not bad. Makes watching football more fun. He then asked me what it's like to have a mom. I told her it's kind of like having a vape pen. All your friends ask if they can hit it. Speaking of the military, I was dating a chick in the Army. After sex, I would always thank her for her cervix. Guy, a white woman in the crowd? Yeah. Did you get your Taylor Swift tickets? No? Oh, I'm sorry. You know, I might feel bad if, see, how you feel right now is how every single guy has ever felt after you said you only liked him as a friend. Okay. Well, this is a time to transition into sit-down tragedy, I guess. For the first time in my life, I was affected by seasonal depression. For those of you who aren't a waspy white person, seasonal depression basically means the days are short and I am sad. Because apparently our stupid little human brains need vitamin D to function properly. And it's weird, because the only time in my life that I've ever felt like this has usually been a result of a different W word. It's not winter, it's women. So now I have to ask myself, do I miss her, or am I just cold? I'm glad Thanksgiving weekend's about over. Our annoying relatives are getting on their collective flights back to wherever terrible shithole they live in. Some of us, this is the terrible shithole we live in. Not the Village Theater. I love this place. Shout out Michelle. I think it's just, I've finally cracked what the annoying part of the holidays is. It's dealing with that one specific person. For me, it's Uncle Mike. Now, Uncle Mike, growing up, he always had this piece of advice. He said, never argue with stupid people because they drag you down to their level and win with experience. And it finally dawned on me this year that none of us have ever won an argument with Uncle Mike. Pretty sure he's right on the money. He's got a weird hobby. He likes to restore vintage stoves. And I asked him, Uncle Mike, why do you do this? He says, well, we all need a hobby, and I'm too old and fat to have sex. And I spit mashed potatoes all over Grandma. I mean, she looked like she just got done filming a bukkake scene. You like that a little too much there, bud. Anyway, if you want to see Austin's phone, just snag it from him. Look at the search history. If you've never seen the words third grade and bukkake so close together, I'm playing. The third graders are too old. Sorry, I just want to have a chance to get back at me here in a moment. I'll do one better. It's probably want to mention the fact that I look like a fat lesbian. I did cut my hair, so I don't know how well that works anymore. Although I don't get fired properly. I cut my long hair to look more masculine. I probably should have lost my tits. That probably would have helped a lot. But you know, it's easier to cut your hair than it is to lose weight. And I just walked three members of the audience. That's how we're doing, baby. You know, this weekend I had 2 shows I was hosting. The first show, I absolutely killed. I did amazing. Second show, thought about killing myself. It did not go well. I've slept 8 hours the past few days. What do you people want from me? You know, I was in Dubuque a while ago at this bar. I just got done doing a show. And I'm hanging out with a wedding party from Washington, D.C. And for those of us who didn't pay attention in civics class, Washington, D.C. is our nation's capital. It's where they have all the fancy people live. And now, all these, I would say, East Coast elites are in small town Dubuque, Iowa, getting absolutely blitzed. Because if any of you ever figure out how to get out of this place, number 1, let me know. And number 2, you'll figure out drinks are way more expensive than anywhere else. Like, that's kind of why Iowa is known for our alcoholism. Now, at this bar, I'm having this conversation with a comedy writer from Los Angeles, because that's something I would like to do professionally. And he's having a conversation with me, because what he would like to do is one of my friends, casually. Now, midway through this conversation, this gentleman with an amazing afro walks over to me and says, "Hey, do you mind if I borrow him for a second?" I said, "No, of course. By the way, you have an amazing head of hair." He said, "Why, thank you. You also have an amazing head of hair. You actually have this whole presence to you that I do not have. So I've got to ask
one thing out of you. Don't talk to my girlfriend, because I'm afraid you're going to cuck me." I looked to the end of the bar where he was just standing. I looked at his girlfriend. I looked back to him and said, "I'm Ben Woodfield. I'll fuck your girlfriend."
Ben Woodfield, everybody. Walking 3 people. Nice. All right. Was I like going deaf for a second, or Ben? Did you say for a second? You said you've been running on 8 hours of sleep. Is that what you said? That's the normal amount of sleep, Ben. Like what? How much of a spoiled sleep bitch are you? Are you getting like 10 hours? Cause I want that 10 hours, man. I want that good sleep. I'll give it up for Ben, guys, one more time. We got some more comics, real quick for you guys, real quick. You know, there's a family term for everything nowadays. Mama's boy, daddy's girl, uncle's victim. I actually did bring my family out in the crowd tonight, so it's an interesting night. So it's the best time to tell the uncle's joke. Anyway, guys. Please enjoy the rest of the show. On deck is Austin Ingalls. Coming up to the stage right now, please make some noise. Doug Hernandez, everybody. Doug.
Been a lot of JFK jokes tonight. Made me think that I've always wondered if when he got off the plane if he had a headache. So I have been referenced tonight. My name is Doug Hernandez. I am half Mexican, and the other half is a mixture of Irish and Scottish. So I'm pretty sure I was not destined for a life of sobriety. Funny fact, an Irish Hispanic mix is called a green bean. So I asked my mother once if I was an accident. She said, no, you weren't an accident. You were a mistake. But it's kind of her fault, really. I mean, because as far as I understand, under the age of 18, you can give up your child for adoption at any point. So I think it'd be hilarious if some guy walked into an adoption office and said, yes, I would like to give my son for adoption. All right, well, how old is your son? He's 16. Well, that's a rather advanced age. Well, he's a rather advanced asshole. Said he wished I wasn't his dad. Wish granted. But it's also kind of my fault. I tend to question a lot of the things that I experience in life, overthink, overanalyze. You know, that's why I'm doing comedy. So I see things like, it's almost like I'm Neo in the Matrix, where I can read the code, where I see things like commercials and I just see right through them. Like there was a commercial once I saw for Red Bull, which first off, Red Bull, why are you fucking advertising? You're everywhere that people buy things. But there was one where there were people kayaking and base jumping and off-roading, and it's just a typical marketing trick where, you know, they're essentially saying, if you consume our product, this is the life you can live. And none of that shit's gonna happen. All Red Bull does is keep you drunk longer than you should be. And it leads you to make worse decisions when you're drunk than if you had just taken your ass to sleep. For instance, here's a bad decision when you're drunk. I should call my girlfriend. No, you shouldn't. Here's a worse decision when you're drunk on Red Bull. I should call my girlfriend. No, I should call my ex-girlfriend. And I know that's true because I've done both. So there was recently the Alternating Currents Art Festival that was and there was a really cool art installment that I saw. It was in a park right on 3rd Street over there, and it was cool. So what it was this 6-foot tall chalkboard, and at the top it said, "Before I die, I want to ... And I thought that was cool. And it had a bunch of empty lines for people to write the rest of that sentence, and they had a bucket of chalk right there. I thought that was really cool. And I read some of them. They were very nice. Like, "Before I die, I want to ... And some were, see my child succeed, go to Greece, learn to speak French. Those were cool. That was positive. And, well, one was, kill all child molesters. And I thought, okay, I share the sentiment, bro, but that's not the sentiment of this whole thing. But then I saw one that was emphasized. It said, "Before I die, I want to ... visit Davenport, Iowa," with a big check mark right there. And I thought, that's too easy. That's way too easy. But I took the challenge and I thought, what can I write that would be way too easy to accomplish right now? So I wrote, "Before I die, I want to ... I wrote, "Steal chalk from a public park." And I did. And for those of you who don't believe me, see me after the show. My friend took a photo of me writing it down. That's my time. Thank you very much.
Doug Hernandez, everybody. I'm going to start calling that number for the, have you seen this missing chalk suspect? I'm going to start give that a call. Doug was talking a little bit about birth earlier, about mistakes. Well, guys, fun fact about me, when I was born, I was a C-section baby. When I was born, I was a C-section baby. So since day one, I've always been a gut buster. Got him. All right. Everybody, let's keep this show rolling. Let's keep laughing tonight. You're seeing all bunch of free local comedians. These guys have worked hard. They're killing it, guys. On deck, we got Mr. Colin Stray Jack coming up right now. Please make some noise. Austin Ingalls, everybody.
Went to the dentist recently, and I've been watching a lot of porn, so now I need a new dentist. No, my dentist is cool. He said he could always tell when someone recently is given a blowjob, and he could always tell that I've been flossing. That's why he likes to come in my mouth. What's the difference between your mom's throat and a bingo card? The dentist can't yell bingo when he sees ink blots all in your mom's throat. It's for my dentist fans out there. What do handicap parking spots and my sex life have in common? It's better to just pull out. And just because the handicap spot is easier, don't pull in. Even if it is just your second cousin. How you guys doing? Good? Been having anxiety attacks before bed lately. And I read that weighted blankets calm you down. I don't know what coming all over my blanket will accomplish, but I do fall asleep faster. Yeah. These are all new, I'm just trying. I'm just throwing them at the wall. Obviously, they're not fucking working. We didn't have We didn't have all these fancy blankets when we were younger, like heated or weighted blankets. If you wanted a heated or weighted blanket, you just called Uncle Larry into the room to sleep with you. Yeah, he's my uncle. The USA is playing in the World Cup, and fans were chanting, "It's called soccer." Soccer around the world is known as football, which makes more sense than soccer and makes more sense than our football being called football. It would make sense if the NFL was called soccer, because that's what half of them do to their wives. Soccer right in the mouth. Here's something I just learned. UFOs are called UAPs, unidentified aerial phenomena. So after they tell us UFOs are real, they change the name on us and switch the letters. Aliens aren't even saved from the alphabet mafia. I just hope they don't add a bunch of letters and piss off all the old-fashioned aliens. It's probably a wrong crowd for that joke. I post most of my clips on Instagram. Shameless plug, A. Ingles on the gram. None of these jokes will be on there. You can rest assured on that. Since then, I've been getting a lot of bots offering money for my photos and videos. And it got me thinking, I could use the money. What if I got rich and was able to move somewhere because my comedy career kicked off from my dick pics? Maybe that's how Benjamin Franklin was able to invent electricity. To afford all of his equipment, all he had to do was show some rich guy's dick, and now we all benefit from it. Moral of the story, sell your body for money. You won't feel bad when you see all those Benjamin Franklins shining in the light. There's a direct correlation between how many accessories you put on your Nissan Altima and how many girls you don't talk to. If your neon green Altima is checkered in stickers, I'm assuming your past is checkered in domestic cases. Every time you add a racing stripe or spoiler alert, she's not calling you back. A lot of these comics are my friends, so I can say this. I love watching them bomb on stage almost as much as I love watching them bomb with girls. This is for you, Ben Woodfield. Most of these dudes talking to women are just abysmal. JT Cage, I don't know why you're laughing, because this is for you too, bud. I've watched these guys chasing more girls than pro wrestling highlights. I wish they would stop hitting on girls, because every time an open micer strikes out with a girl, Pete Davidson's dick grows an inch. Every year that passes, I feel more and more like the Grinch, not because I hate Christmas. I just want to live alone on a mountain. And with all these plastic surgeries, a lot of these girls look like Whoville. What are they called? Isn't that what they're from Whoville? Whovians? My bad, Ben. My bad. Of course you fucking know that. A former firefighter in Moline was just arrested for sexual exploitation. The firefighter stood tall and proud at his mugshot, smiling. I think he knows exactly what happens in prison. He'll get to keep sliding down those poles and working those hoses. I overheard someone say they hated pizza. How can you hate pizza? That's like saying you hate puppies. And only one of them barks when you put it in the oven. I'm kidding. I don't put pizzas in the oven. I don't put puppies in the oven, I'm sorry. They go on the pizzazz. Sorry if that joke was rough. My dog would always hump my mom, and he looked funny doing it because he didn't hump her the right way. So I had to teach my dog how to hump my mom the right way. I'll never trust someone who claims dogs have cleaner mouths than humans. You're just admitting that you eat ass like a dog. And I'm not kink shaming him if you eat ass. I just think the dog gets confused when you start licking its ass. Think of the first humans who domesticated dogs. They would probably be disappointed if the only evolution they've seen from humans is that we eat ass too now. This will be fun for Chicken Bone. Why did the chicken cross the road? Because it was pregnant and there's an abortion clinic across the street. The specialty? Fried chicken. Yeah, fried chicken. When you lose a baby during pregnancy, why do they call it a miscarriage? I don't think carrying the baby was the problem. No, holding on to it was the problem. I think they should be called fetus fumbles. Thank you, everybody. This has been fucking awesome. I'm Austin Ingles. Keep it going for your host, JT Cage. Hell yeah.
Austin Ingles, everybody. Austin Ingles. All right. You guys, people need to brag a little less. I'm sick of all this braggy shit everywhere. People need to brag a little less. My buddy's telling me like he got two free tickets going to 21 Pilots. I'm like, cool. I got one ticket going 21 over the speed limit. It's not as fun. It's not as fun. We're gonna keep this show moving. Got like 9 billion more comedians. I'm gonna have to like miss out work a couple days. On deck, we got Lauren Moody, but coming up right now, please make some noise. Colin Strayjack, everybody. Young Bob Saget himself.
JT Cage. Gotta love him. How's everybody doing? It's nice to have a crowd here. That's cool. That's different. And not just fucking making fun of Ben Woodfield the whole night. I spent 3 hours with Ben Woodfield tonight, so this is my therapy session. Oh, man, what do I want to talk about? I didn't have a set prepared, which, whatever. So I recently deleted all the dating apps off of my phone just because I really don't want to be a stepdad right now. Yeah, dating in your 30s is really weird. I also decided that I am going to stop watching porn because I don't have any stepsisters or a stepmom. Yeah. So, what else is going on? Okay, we already asked this question, so there's no Swifties in the crowd? Yes. Yeah, did you get your tickets? Yes. Oh, you did get your tickets, dang it, all right. Then this ruins the joke, and it's Mrs. Peters. That's my former art teacher, Mrs. Peters, right, everyone? Great timing. But if you didn't get your tickets, Kanye West tickets are on clearance right now. Yeah, it's a dicey one. I can't stop watching that train wreck though. I keep seeing clips on TikTok, and he just doubles down on the anti-Semitic comments, which everybody thinks I need to comment on because I look Jewish, but very much not. Yeah, maybe deep in the lineage. I don't know. I grew up Catholic, which explains why I developed a drinking problem. Yeah, I stopped drinking like 5 years ago, which is weird, and I hang out with comedians who still like to drink. I listened to some great clips of Mike Adrales that he doesn't remember saying earlier. So stay tuned for the next Ben's Fellas podcast. You'll be able to hear those. That was really fun. What else do I want to talk about? Yeah, everybody got really upset about, not everybody, some people on the internet got upset about the Dave Chappelle monologue. Any people upset about that? You're not. Oh yeah, Austin Ingalls brought up his mom and his dog humping his mom. Your dog is smart. Because your mom's hot. Thank you. I'll tell her you said that. She'll appreciate that. My dad will not, and he's very large and angry. So good luck with that. You'll fuck my dad too. I went to school for marketing, and like most people, I don't use my degree in real life. Who went to school for marketing, I kind of wasted that time, but I do use it observationally. So I notice a lot of things about advertisements. And one thing I noticed recently, and logos. One thing I noticed recently is that Newport Cigarettes has the laziest logo of all time. It's an upside down Nike sign. So I feel like the marketing meeting was brief or optional, and optional meetings no one shows up to. So a couple people scrambled and they were like, we'll just flip the Nike sign upside down, and we know with cigarette smokers, they're just gonna do it. So, yeah. What else? Yeah, I do not have a set prepared tonight, so I'm just fucking around. And I got to see Chicken Bone, which was always great. Shout out to Chicken Bone, everybody. Yeah. Oh my God, just another reason why I'm single and never getting married. Just a perfect example. So thank you for your experience and for your service. God damn it. What else do I want to talk about? I already talked about dating apps, dating in your 30s. Yeah, I don't think I have much more for you tonight. I will leave you with this, and that is I do have a shameless plug. I will tell you to check out my podcast. It's called Modern Day Overthinker. I have a new episode dropping every Monday. It is on all podcast platforms. I'm shamelessly plugging because I'm trying to quit my job. Thank you.
Colin Strayjack, everybody. Here's to fucking around and finding out. That's a scientific method, folks. Good old Colin Strayjack, Bob Saget, Frankenstein himself. Guys, we got a whole bunch of more comedians for you. On deck, we got Mr. Nathan Kuhn. But coming up to the stage right now, please make some noise. Lauren Moody, everybody. Lauren Moody.
That was fucking awkward. Yeah, I never know how to fist bump people. It's really not something I've ever been good at. So I also actually had nothing prepared for tonight because I don't know why. Every time I think of a good joke, I'm always somewhere where there's just not a pen and paper anywhere near me. I'm usually either in the shower or masturbating in the shower. I got one of those massage heads. I never leave. So something I noticed is, there's like one other female, somewhat associating person here, and another possible femme person coming out to perform. There's a lot of fucking incel men in here. Yeah, you're not gonna laugh because you know what I'm talking about, you guys. Whatever. So apparently, one of the comics that was just here the other night actually as well, made a comment about how the pollution that's happening on this planet is causing men's dicks to shrink. And apparently we need to save the planet so that their dicks stop shrinking. And I think to myself, why are men always so concerned about their dick size? If women were so concerned about your dick size, there wouldn't be this many fucking lesbians. All right, some lesbians do, that's fine. But let's think about this. Just get better at other things besides just thrusting your dick in somebody. It's really not that hard. Just put in a little bit of effort. Because with women, we're a little more complicated to please. Men, you stick it in there, you're coming in 5 seconds. Seriously, why? Yeah, this is the worst audience for this, because unfortunately you're all fucking incels. Ha, that's hilarious. That's why you're all on fucking dating apps, let me tell you. I've actually been married for about 3 years, which, shocker, right? You're probably thinking that poor bastard. Been with my partner for about 9 years, and I mean, sure, there's gonna be days where the sex is not great, but there's gonna be days where the sex is fucking amazing. But that's why, I have a massage head, shower head. Anyway, my big issue is, as a woman, when it comes to sexual intercourse, and all I have, unfortunately, is heteronormative sexual intercourse, we can literally just lay there, and it's so fucking convenient. It's amazing, right? Think about it. Think about all the women you've had sex with, so, the two combined in this room. And think about it. Are they doing really much anything different than just laying there and accepting the fact that you're thrusting them with their big nasty dicks, or small nasty dicks apparently, because the planet's dying and your dicks are shrinking? I'm so sorry. We really don't have to do a whole lot, and I'm not gonna lie, I'm a pretty fucking lazy person. But sometimes I like to get creative, and he appreciates it. He thanks me for my cervix as well. But, I mean, in all fairness, it's like, just get a little more creative, That's not really, you don't have to bring a whole lot to the table, other than you just don't look like somebody you're gonna wake up next to in the morning going, oh, fuck, this guy, fuck. and it wasn't even worth it. Fuck, I gotta stop going to bars. Anyway, I really don't go to a lot of bars. Since COVID hit, like, I realized I don't go to a lot of bars anymore. And I realized the only reason I did go to bars was to either sing karaoke or listen to comics. And now I can just come here for free, so that's pretty cool. Yeah! It's actually pretty awesome that the owner does keep this open on every other Sunday night for guys to try out their new shit. Or apparently their sad daughters who had nothing better to do to try out some random shit. But honestly, it was interesting having him as a dad because he was always a big supporter of the arts and really not a big fan of sports, like some people say their dads are. The one time I ever wanted to try volleyball, my dad's like, no, you gotta get into theater. You gotta go, there's a play, go audition for a play. Who needs sports? Yeah, it was different. When I told him that I was bringing home a Catholic Boy Scout that went to Iowa State, he was like, what the fuck? Catholic? What? No, you're supposed to bring home a woman or, you know, like a guy that's a magician or some shit. Like, he was the most abnormal person to try and please for certain things, which actually kind of came in handy once in a while. And now, honestly, I'm more of the adult than he, so it works out sometimes. Anymore, I'm always still scared when he calls me that I'm grounded, but then he's telling me that he needs a favor, and I'm like, oh, you do you? And what do I get out of it? And it used to be the other way around, so it's actually kind of nice. Fuck, I literally have no idea what I'm going to say next. Because, again, most of my humor is probably not funny to men who don't get laid, which is most of you, apparently. See? The women in the audience appreciate this. Speaking of which, so apparently they think every cis white woman is a huge fan of Taylor Swift. Not gonna lie, I am not a fan of her music, but I respect the shit out of Taylor Swift. She is a mediocre musician at best, with kind of one of those spoiled rich bitch faces that you kind of just want to hit. But think of how much her fucking followers worship her. People are spending how fucking much money on her tickets right now that apparently every white woman's supposed to have? How do you get that kind of power? Am I right? Like, how do you have practically nothing to offer but have that big of a following? I gotta know what fucking witchcraft she does, because that's fucking genius. I may not like her music, but I respect the shit out of Taylor Swift. I mean, shake it off, whatever. And let's face it, everybody loves Shake It Off. Even if you fucking hate it, you love it. And maybe that's it. Some people really love to hate Taylor Swift. I mean, honestly, who actually fucking hates Taylor Swift out here? Okay, so you just don't give a shit. That's cool. Michelle thinks I'm funny. Thank you, Michelle. I don't know. I mean, apparently she is more popular and has a bigger following than the Beatles did in the 60s. And I'm actually, weirdly enough, a Beatles fan. And yes, I can name 5 of their songs. Because apparently that's a thing, too. Cis white girls, we wear band t-shirts, and we can't name any songs from the band. And it really bothers older cis white men. And I realized this one day, because I was wearing a Beatles shirt to work, and this guy stumbles in, and he's like, I bet you've never heard a fucking Beatles song. And of course I list like 5 of them, and he goes, oh, well, most girls don't. I'm like, well, you know what? Name 3 ways to give a woman an orgasm. And the guy was stumped, and I was like, yeah, maybe concern yourself a little bit less with judging white girls for liking certain bands, and consider more maybe just pleasing them. Thank you. Anyway, so there are a couple people that, yes, they wear those shirts, they probably have no idea what the fuck the band is, but that's the great thing, is some bands, all they have to do is have a cool t-shirt, and people will just buy shit. And that's fucking genius, right? Like, people don't know what the fuck you are as long as you have a cool design on a t-shirt, and people will buy shit for you. I mean, maybe that's how Taylor Swift got started. She just had a cool design on a t-shirt, and people were like, oh my god, she's fucking amazing. Or she just had enough hate songs about ex-boyfriends where girls were like, oh my god, she like totally speaks to me right now. As they drink their Starbucks Frappuccinos, you know. And again, like, fucking, right? Like, so many fans of that woman. And let's face it, we kind of want to punch her in the face when we look at her. At least I do. Maybe I'm aggressive that way. But Y'all are getting kind of bored of me, it looks like, because my sense of humor is just too advanced. Because I'm so self-assured. Anyway, well, I guess I will end it with this. Thank you so much for coming out. Thank you for supporting the arts. Thank you for supporting the Village Theater. Keep coming out every Sunday. And here's back to you, JT.
Thank you, Lauren. I did not know I was playing to incel crowds, apparently. I did not know that. Guys, we're going to keep it rolling with more comedy tonight, folks, with some more comedy. On deck, we got a very special someone. I'm not just saying that because I forgot their name. On deck, we got Bombay something. Drywall Bombay. We got Drywall Bombay on deck. Thank you, crowd work. We're coming up to the stage right now. Yeah, you're right. I got to say it right, man. That's the only way. You got to say it right. All right. Well, coming up now, please make some noise. Nathan Kuhn, everybody. Nathan Kuhn.
You didn't turn it off on me, did you? Okay, good. So I was watching my nephew. I was taking care of my nephew. I suppose I should clarify, but based on the way I look, I actually hate kids, but if you dress like people, you like kids maybe a little bit too much, no one brings them near you. It's a hack I've discovered. It's pretty great. But I was taking care of my nephew. He's 2, and you know how kids are irrational in their emotional reactions to things. And so he's telling me he's afraid to go to bed. He's scared of the dark. And so I was trying to rationalize through it with him, because obviously one of the ways to get over emotions is to think through it. Because like if your old, say your old memory care grandpa gets mad at you for giving up his position to Charlie, like you're not going to get mad. You know he's just out of it. So in the same way, I was trying to explain to this kid, like I said, buddy, think about it. Your room looks one way when it's lit, and when the lights are off, it's exactly the same thing. There's nothing to be scared of. And he was still nervous. I said, well, so buddy, what's so scary in the dark? And he said, my conscience. I said, well, buddy, your parents are getting you a different babysitter next time. What the fuck does a 2-year-old have to be regretful about? What ghost does he have in his closet? You're scared of the dark. You're scared of your conscience. I'm scared of you. I was thinking about traffic the other day. Traffic, I think, is a good microcosm of society. If you realize it, you got all sorts of people. You got rich car, nice cars, rich cars, piece of shit cars, rich, poor. You got white people, black people. You got all sorts of different. You got punks with a lot of bumper stickers on their cars, and you've got the rich squares driving a Chrysler or whatever. So you can see all of society if you just look at the traffic. But it's kind of nice because it all, we all have to drive on the same roads. We all have to try to cooperate and come together to avoid the Asian drivers. No, that's bad. I mean, we all need to crash into each other more to take down their averages. One of the things in regards to traffic I was thinking about was one of the things in history. History changed, I think, around the invention of the automobile more than a lot of us realize, because there are a lot of historical events that I can't really picture if it hadn't been horseback. I think something was lost when we all went to cars. Sure, horses produce waste, and you have to worry about feeding them, but other than that, there's some sense of dignity that do you think the American Revolution would have happened the same way if Paul Revere had to drive a beat up 97 Nissan Altima to tell everyone the British were coming? Or if the Boston Massacre was just a drive-by? I feel like it would be a little different world we'd be living in. Also, so yeah, apart from the solid waste issue, and yeah, sure, there's not a whole lot more I would prefer cars for. I could deal with a horse lifestyle. Sure, horses can't run hundreds of miles an hour like cars can drive. But on the other hand, you can't fuck your car. So, trade-offs, people. And that's, I wonder, do you think in the bestiality world, do you think that the horse fuckers are like the top of the list? Do you think they look down on people who fuck their dogs? It's like, oh, that's so pedestrian, disgusting. They're dirty. You pick them up anywhere. Like, you might have your answer, I might have mine, but I'll tell you what I got as an answer from the guy at the other end of the suicide hotline was, dude, this is not what this line is for. I said, all right, man, but honestly, the fact that you don't want to answer me is kind of bumming me out, and I think I might go drink alone. He was like, God damn it. Yeah, probably. It's probably like horse fuckers, then dog fuckers, then cat fuckers, if I had to guess. Fucking asshole. I've been Nathan Kuhn, everybody. Have a good night.
Nathan Kuhn, everybody. Nathan Kuhn. Nathan was talking a little bit about bestiality earlier. This is a hot take right here. Guys, I never understood, you gentlemen in front, I never understood bestiality. It was like, why would I want another species to know I got a small dick? Got him. Got him. All right, well, let's keep this show moving. Let's keep this comedy train en route to wherever the fuck comedy tokens take you. On deck, we got Mr. Pipes on deck, but coming up to the stage right now, I remember his name. Make some noise. Drywall Bombay, everybody.
Everybody, I'm Drywall Bombay. I ain't got no jokes about JFK because unlike Lee Harvey Oswald, my jokes about JFK just go. This ain't a set list. I'm waiting on a call from my dear friends. Sorry, I hold the microphone a little close. Anyway, my name's Drywall Bombay. I'm not related to Gordon Bombay of the Mighty Ducks, although we do have a lot in common. For one thing, he got arrested and had to coach Mighty Ducks. I got arrested. Now I can't be around Ducks. As you can tell, I'm from Wisconsin. That's part of my gig here. I'm from Wisconsin. Anybody from Wisconsin up in here? Okay, y'all ain't gonna get these jokes in. Now, I don't even like the Packers. It's just, they hand these out on street corners just like the Obama phones. Up in Wisconsin, they just, here's a jacket. Okay, you can always tell it's not that funny yet. You can always tell a baby from Wisconsin because they're always the one holding the beer bottle. And we don't even ID. We don't even ID up in Wisconsin. If you want to buy alcohol, all you got to do is look at the back of the guy's jersey, and if it says Brett Favre, you know he's old enough. Some of y'all got that one. People ask me what my favorite cheese is, and I say Chuck E. Cheese. Chuck E. Cheese is exciting, especially here at Davenport. You go for the pizza, you stay to get shot. I'm Drywall Bombay. Now, I do want to let you know I'm here in Iowa right now because I got kicked out of Wisconsin. I do not drink, so they kicked me right out. So I'm here in Iowa. I got Faygo here in this cup, and I like Faygo, but I don't like to drink out of a container that says Faygo because people think I'm part of the insane clown people. I don't even know how to juggle. Why is it that guy from ICP kind of looks like Guy Fieri went to the zoo and got his face painted by a guy who kind of knows what a zebra looks like? Kind of looks like Uncle Cracker is an animorph halfway into the transformation, you know what I mean? Let's see. Oh, my car's extended warranty it needs renewed. Here we go. I'm Drywall Bombay, everybody. Okay, here's some jokes I wrote. I go to the shower, and I take some dish soap, and I squirt it all over my head, right? And I never understood why I did this. One day it dawned on me. Y'all like that joke? I had to lie for that joke, but it doesn't go the same if I say that I equate branded all over myself. You know? Go back to this here. Oh, okay. You know, one time I had a little stomachache, so I drank some milk of magnesia, but it turned out to be milk of amnesia. So at least that's what the doctors tell me anyway. Anybody like cartoons? Yeah? Now I'm from the 90s. I grew up in the 90s where the Nicktoons were all the rage, and I really liked them cartoons that you really gotta commit to say what the cartoons are. Like my favorite was Real Monsters. One person got that. Okay, here's another joke that you might get. Okay, I'm left-handed. Got any other left-handed people out here? Got one right there. Tell me something. The most convenient part of being left-handed, you tell me if I'm right, is when you're watching internet porn, you don't have to take the mouse and put it on the other side of the keyboard. Oh. That one wasn't that funny. I'm Drywall Bombay. Y'all might wonder why I keep saying my name, and it's kind of like I listen to a lot of rap music, and every fifth or sixth song you hear DJ Khaled. Y'all know DJ Khaled. He says his name for all the rap songs, so it's kind of like if you listen to enough of them, you gotta wait for it, like you're playing Where's Waldo. Feel like JT Cage when I listen to him. Got him. I'm Drywall Bombay. You know, let's see, let's move on here. You know what? I think I got all the jokes I have written down here. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm waiting for a phone call. So that's all. I'm going to end on that right now because I ain't got no more jokes to say. However, we got JT coming up. He ain't got no more jokes to say, but we're going to listen to him anyway. Thank you very much, everybody. I've been Drywall Bombay.
Drywall Bombay! Also, that was a fun set. Like the first 7, I'm Drywall Bombay. I was like, oh, he's not getting off at this point. He's not. He's gonna keep saying that. Yeah, I like it. All right, well, everybody, let's keep this comedy plane not crashing. That's as far as political will go. On deck, we got Mike Adrales, Filipino sensation himself, Mike Adrales. But coming up right now, please make some noise for Pipes, everybody. Pipes. Pipes, yo.
Yes, give it up for JT. He is an incredible fill in the blank. Well, I had a bit of a problem earlier. I write my notes down on my hands, and I washed my hands really good because I saw all these barks on my hand, and it was dark in the bat where it was. They needed to fix the light. So anyway, that's my time. I don't have anything in my hand. I'm kidding. Let's see here. I'll save that for last, I guess. Boy, been a lot of blowjob talks and jokes and stuff like that, and I think it chased some of the women away because they think they maybe felt inadequate. They didn't know what the hell a blowjob was. That's why they left. I don't know. But speaking of the old jokes about there's a party in your mouth and everybody's coming. Yeah, okay, never mind. But first of the month, my car got smacked. It was parked, sitting on the side of the road, and it got hit. And it's the second car that's gotten whacked right out in front of this residential business area. So, waiting for the third car to get hit, or that they thought my car was going to be totaled, but unfortunately it wasn't totaled. Or fortunately it was, depending on how you look. So you know how things come in threes. And somebody was talking about things coming in 3, and I was like, well, I had 2 women that have recently passed that was always a pretty sure thing for a blowjob. Not that I really cared for them, but it made them feel good. And So this comes in threes. So there's another person that I don't know about that when they die, I'll find out who it is, I guess, but I still don't know who it is because I won't be getting any blowjobs from them because I don't know who it is. So I don't believe in that third things come in threes. Didn't make a lot of sense to me either, folks, so don't worry about it. Anybody shit their pants? Well, glad to see some people can be honest. A bunch of the rest of you guys are just embarrassed, ashamed, or lying because you all shit your pants at one time, even though when you're babies, you still shit your pants. So we've all shit our pants. It just goes along as we get older. It tends to take over our time and our ability to navigate safely. But I will tell you, though, that there's a penny on the floor right there. If you're going to shit your pants, don't try and stop it. You're not going to stop it. Enjoy it. Make the best of it because there's nothing else you can do. And if you don't enjoy the go, the goddamn bears on television are going to come and shit in your house. Okay. Speaking of blowjobs, has anybody got a girlfriend or a wife or a lover that has long hair? Real long hair? Okay, I've had a few girlfriends that had long hair, and that hair gets everywhere, doesn't it? And I had one girlfriend is complaining about all this long hair, all this hair all over the place. Well, it's your hair. It's nobody else's hair. And she kind of shut up about it. But what I found is that I would wake up sometimes, and I'd have a long-ass hair, just I would pick it up, and it would be wrapped around my cock. So that I'd be like, oh, it's a puppeteer thing. And I start puppeteering with it. And it was kind of fun because, it was, like I say, and it didn't matter if it was soft or hard, it would still just kind of like, how's that moving like that? Just not a clue. Don't tell anybody. But it's happened more than once, okay? And I've tried to do it myself. It's just no way. It just comes right off and now it's not even there. So I don't know how that gets wrapped around it so tightly, but it does, and it's an interesting fabric. Okay, man, I wish I hadn't. Oh, yeah. Ed. Anybody know who Ed is? Erectile dysfunction? Again, we got a house full of liars. Nobody knows what it is. Okay, next thing. We'll save that for later. You guys are going to wonder what the hell. Maybe not. Lastly, there's a great television show on. It's called Jacked or Jailed, the transgender game show. And you've got celebrity judges that try to figure out if somebody has transitioned to becoming the different sex that they weren't, or however that works out. And I really found a lot of interest in this because I was the only ordained minister that was going to marry this dual transgender couple. He was a she and she was a he. So I feel that was kind of interesting. But I'm watching the show and all of a sudden all the judges are getting all just going crazy and yelling and shouting and screaming at each other. And then the one judge speaks up and goes, honey, hey, listen here, honey. You're just going to have to do us a favor. Just go on home because you just can't. You're just going to be too ugly of a woman. And then you hear this voice say, why do you think I changed? That's my time. Good night.
Pipes, everybody. Pipes. Well, let me ask you a question, front row. Do you guys ever make decisions by flipping a coin of the Kennedy $50? I always bet on tails since the head's gone. Shot him. All right. Folks, people were talking about dating tonight, like online dating or real life dating. Thing I'll tell you guys is stand-up comedy definitely helps you just a little bit in the dating game. Like you definitely know what flirting is. Like if somebody is laughing at literally everything you say, like that's flirting. Like, guys, girls laughing at everything I say, like, she's flirting. Like, I know you want this dick, girl. I know you want this dick. Because here's the thing. My jokes bomb every other Tuesday and Sunday, as some of you guys have witnessed tonight, as has happened several times. So I know when flirting is. That's my dating material. Guys, let's keep this show rolling. We've got one last comedian for you, everybody. Filipino sensation himself, Mike Adrales, my uncle, everybody.
Oh man, give it up for my nephew Totten, man. That guy gets hornier every time I see him. He got this shirt that said "Run for Carl." I thought his name was Carl. Like, oh man, I thought you survived that shit. Good for you, idiot. Man, all right. Last comic of the night. Not because I'm headlining this shit on an open mic. Like, it's not because I'm good. It took forever to get here to swim. Shit, swimming. Swimming's hard. I hate when people think, "Hey, Mike," or when they ask me, "Hey, Mike, did you swim here?" Like, no, bitch. That's rude. I didn't swim here. Well, not all the way, you know. Because when I got to Mississippi River, that shit was fucking muddy, man. I can't swim in the muddy water. So you know what I did? I jumped on a catfish back, right? That bitch's name is Paula Sand. That's why that bitch has got no more hair. Because she's been swimming on the goddamn Mississippi River. You ever seen somebody that's hot that's swimming in the Mississippi River? I haven't. I'd fuck Paula Sand for a green card, though. I'll do it. Sir, you ever sucked dick for a green card? Sir, have you? No? I had to. I don't think I'm gay. I needed to get ahead in life. You know what I mean? I'm trying my best. You guys vote? You guys voted? Thank you, because I can't. I hope you made the right decision. I don't want to get deported to Rock Island again. You guys ever been to Rock Island? There's fucking Cuba in there. I don't know what the hell to do in there, man. Do I bring guns or extra tortillas? I don't know what to do. One time I brought salsa on 2nd Street. Like, motherfucker, I don't know. What, a salsa night again? Well, I'm sorry. I'll come back next week. Rob me when I got tortilla. Pendejo. That was his name. He said on his shirt. He works at AutoZone in 3rd Street. Yeah. Sir, you ever get lonely? Do you get lonely? No, nothing? Wow. I get lonely. That's fine. I just hang out by the river though and just throw rocks at the pigeons. That's what I do. Just hanging in. Now I've been hanging up by the river too long. Me and this pigeon are fucking now, right? She goes, "Mike, you can't fuck other birds anymore, right? But I don't know what to tell you, pigeon bitch. Because I've been fucking a mallard. One of the pretty mallard with feathers, the shiny ones. I didn't know they're the dude mallards." You guys ever suck dick for a green card? That's what I'm just saying, man. It's fine. Okay. Anybody here from the Philippines? Totten Mom's here. She's from the Philippines. I'm gonna tell you this shit. In the Philippines, man's best friend is delicious. All right. My best friend was so delicious. This motherfucker brought tears to my eyes. You know what I mean? Because he's my fucking best friend, right? Because also my stepdad, he put too much Thai pepper on him, you know? I'm 7 years old. I can't eat Thai pepper and drink Heineken. I'm not ready for that. Wait a few years, stepdad. You guys ever have stepdad? They're the worst. They call you best friend and put too much Thai pepper on them. Okay. So you're just shitting around now, Town, man. Kill yourself, Town. Idiot. This is Town's mom, uncle, and when I look you guys from the back, I thought you were all ants. Just a bunch of ants. Because of his hair. He looks like a dirty ant that don't shower too much. Just let it grow with the hairy armpit too and makes extra bread roll for Thanksgiving. No, don't take the extra bread from Auntie. She got hairy armpit. Sir, what do you do when you get horny, sir? I'm just talking to you all night. What do you do when you get horny, man? Probably fucking? Masturbation? What is it? Tell. Oh, fuck. I do that too, but sometimes I wish to fuck a lady, but I can't because I'm single. So I just do a lot of gardening instead. Found out Hassa likes to get fucked 3 times a week. Did you know that, sir? That's how they grow up to be governors and shit. Yeah. Kim Reynolds, she used to be a Hassa, but now she's a Daisy bitch. I had to do that. Actually, I was at the game, Nebraska versus Iowa. Guess who was there? And Iowa lost because Kim Reynolds showed up. Like, fuck you, Kim. Kill yourself. One Rob Bigalovich Pants. I don't know what the fuck guy's name is. He's an old governor in Illinois. I don't know. I'm old. I'm too old. How do you fuck when you're old? You don't. You just skip that and go to dinner and go to bed. Like, honey, I made a bunch of shit for you to eat. You know what, man? I'm just gonna go to bed because my dick's gonna get hard and you're gonna be disappointed and you're gonna be mad at me. Okay, that's personal story. Sorry about that. Sorry about all that. Ben, when you said fat lesbian earlier, you walked 3-4 that had his lesbian out. That's fine. You're the fifth hottest one, so I'll talk to you later. Anybody else going up but me? JT's mom? No? Sir, you? Want to defend yourself? I feel like I've been harassing you. You guys married? You two you guys married? Just fucking and shit? That's nice. I wish I could do that again. I used to be married, man. Me and my wife, we fight all the time. Because she's a bitch, whatever. But she'd be like, Mike, it's fucking springtime. Go clean the goddamn garage, Mike. I'm like, fuck you, bitch. I'm not cleaning the goddamn garage. There's spiders in that goddamn garage. I'm not trying to get mauled by a bunch of goddamn spiders, you know? And she'd be like, Mike, grow up and clean the garage. I'm like, well, bitch, I hope you die, you know? I miss my wife sometimes, though. During the holidays and shit. Because she makes me Vietnamese food and cuddles me in the wintertime and put lotion on my back. But mostly because she used to eat my ass, you know? It's fine. It's like, it's the same thing now because I have a bidet in my apartment. It's the same thing. Except I don't have to take her to Olive Garden and all right, bye. I'm out. Come on out, nephew, you Carl and shit.
Mike Adrales, everybody, give it up for him. Yeah, we had fun tonight. It was the first time my whole family's seen a more of my family has seen a Mike Adrales act, Mike Adrales material. The car ride home from now, they're going to be asking me, JT, when he was talking about come on a hosta 3 times a week, what does that mean? I don't know, guys. I don't know. I don't know what's the deal with fucking those hostas. I don't know. Guys, you guys had a fun show tonight. Fun show watching live local comedy. Thank you guys for coming out. We've got a couple more shows coming up for y'all. Tomorrow night is little Johnny and Terror, something small foot. Let me look it up. Johnny Terror. Oh, okay, just Johnny Terror. Oh, fuck it. My Littlefoot and Johnny Terror concert tomorrow. That's the right order of those names. That's tomorrow, and then coming up in a couple weeks from now, we've got the Hosts with the Most show, guys. You'll see me, you'll see James Draper, you'll see Colin Strayjack, Austin Ingalls, some of the usual cast of Village Fools tonight. We're doing a show, we're trying to hype up some other shows around QC area for the local open mics and shows, just bringing all the hosts together, have some fun. That's December 9th, that's on a Friday, 8 o'clock show. And then, of course, you can catch us here every other Sunday. There's some more. Yeah, and I'll let you guys know. Thank you, front row. I'll let you guys know. All right, that killed. I'll take that. I'll accept that one for the night. But yeah, stay posted, guys. We got a whole bunch of QC comedy events, and thanks for coming out tonight, guys. Got 'em. All right.